What's up, Caps fans? So yesterday, the Caps took on the Maple Leafs at home. It was a back-to-back game, and it was the first time Brooks Laich and Connor Carrick came back in the house since being traded, and Brooks Laich gets a huge standing ovation. That was awesome. I wasn't at the game, and I haven't seen the highlight video yet, but I heard that it was really, really cool. You know, I wish Brooks Laich all the best up in Toronto. There's a lot of young guys on the team that he can work with. He's a great leader. You know, he can, be the trailblazer for the new Toronto Maple Leafs, hopefully. And I really do hope Connor Carrick's career develops up in Toronto as well. It does suck to see them go, but we are really, really pushing for a cup run this year. And, I mean, yeah, you could argue that we could have waited until summer to trade Laich or at least buy him out on his contract or something. But I think it's a good move moving forward. Also, let's clear the air about the whole, we're playing the Toronto Marlies joke. Because, yeah, they do have a lot of call-ups right now, but look how close the game was. I would almost argue that we were outplayed for about half of the game. We were trying to be way too cute. And there is absolutely no excuse for letting up a 2-goal lead against a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs as much as they're struggling right now. But anyway, on to the game. So the first period, I mean, we looked very comfortable, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that they were playing well, and I'm also not saying that they were dominating, but they looked very laid back. And yeah, I do realize that we played a game yesterday, but the Maple Leafs haven't had an easy schedule lately either. So the first period's kind of going both ways. You know, Maple Leafs have a couple chances, we have a couple chances. It looks like kind of an even match. We're getting outshot a little bit. And then late in the first period, Kuznetsov's forechecking gets a stick on the puck to cause a good turnover, gets the puck to Oshie, who kicks it onto his own stick, and then passes it back to Chorny, who rips it through a lot of traffic, and it goes right over Bernier's shoulder. And that's Chorny's first goal in over 5 years, as an NHL player, of course. So, great job, Chorny. That's awesome. And then about 30 seconds later, there's another offensive zone battle. Oshie wins the puck, gets it to Backstrom, who has this sweet backhanded saucer pass to Ovi, who smacks it right in the goal as soon as the puck hits the ice. That is a classic Ovi goal. Bernier had no chance to get over in time. And that's Ovi's 41st of the season. So we're going into the second period with a 2-goal lead. Awesome. And then going into the second period, I'm like, I don't even know how the Caps are going to play with a lead. We haven't had a second period lead in I don't know how long. And about a minute and a half in, they answer my question. Nazem Kadri and Nikita Soshnikov are coming in 2-on-1. Kadri dishes the puck to Soshnikov, who rips it past Grubauer, and all of a sudden it's 2-1. And this is where I'm starting to think, you know what? Maybe we're not playing the Toronto Marlies. Maybe we're playing a lot of young guys that are trying to prove themselves in the NHL. Seriously, I think the Caps greatly underestimated the Maple Leafs coming in. They have a lot of guys on their team who are really trying to make them a mark for themselves in the NHL, and we've got a lot of guys who are like, oh, let's just kind of coast to the playoffs. This is a gimme game, whatever. So then I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is their wake-up call. They need to take this game a little bit more seriously. So the second period, we're struggling a little bit. We got outplayed for the most part. We were playing a lot in our own zone, and I'm just kind of thinking, maybe we can just hold this lead until the third period when we really shine. Even though that's a terrible mentality to have, that just looked like the type of game that we were playing. So at the end of 2, we're getting outshot 22-12, and that doesn't look good against any team. We're one of the highest scoring teams in the league, and the Maple Leafs are holding us to 12 shots after 2. What the hell? So midway through the third period, we're still getting outplayed a little bit. It looks like it's kind of an even game. And then Connor Carrick passes it up the boards to Peter Holland, who jays up in the offensive zone and nails it right on Colin Green's stick as he's ripping into the zone and shoots it straight over Grubauer's glove. I mean, that was an all-around good play. You know, Connor Carrick dished it out of the zone well off the boards. Peter Holland had a great jay up and had a great pass right to Colin Greening, who just absolutely rips that wrist shot. And so just like every other game, it's tied in the third. But one good thing about playing a bunch of young guys, they have a hard time keeping their heads. One guy in particular, Nikita Soshnikov, even though he gets his first NHL goal, he is pissed off the entire game. You know, he gets a stupid penalty against Niskanen at the end of the period, and then in halfway through the third period, he gets another stupid penalty, gives us a power play, and our power play's actually been doing pretty well lately. So Oshie dishes it to Backstrom, who passes it to Niskanen, who everyone thinks he's probably going to pass it to Ovi, but he just takes a simple wrist shot from the point. You know, we generated enough traffic in front of the net that, Bernier had absolutely no idea where that puck was. And again, Niskanen's producing on the power play. You know, maybe that's another thing that we should do, because Niskanen is really generating, and he's good at getting shots to the net. He's good at, sometimes not shooting into pads. But it shows that we really do not have to get to Ovi or Oshie each time on the power play. We can have other guys produce, and it works. So the Caps win again. I mean, it's a good thing that we won because it would have really killed me had we lost against a struggling team like the Maple Leafs. But we got another 2 games in the next 2 days, so the Caps are going to be kind of tired. This is a rough schedule for us, and this is really going to show how the Caps produce when they're under pressure like this. So, thanks for tuning in with me. Until next time, let's go Caps!